and I looked like Nosferatu. They looked at me like I was the killer.
It's time we give ourselves permission, people.
Hi. I'm going to try to vlog a little bit of something today. The power has gone out and we don't have any Wi-Fi or anything like that. And I was just getting ready to, for the day. And I know we're going into town to get our snow tires put on. So I'm just going to get ready and see what I can capture for today. I figured I could give it a shot since there's no internet. Sometimes I play like makeup tutorials on my phone while I'm getting ready, and I have all the intentions of trying to look like, you know, the makeup tutorial. And girl, I have horrible lighting, and I've said that in a lot of my videos. This house is 200 years old. It has terrible, poor lighting, and I think that I've done something great by following the makeup tutorial and trying to do my makeup. Then I go outside and I look like Nosferatu, like a ghost, like that scary powder white vampiric thing, and I'm like, what the absolute. And you know what? I don't change it. I don't correct it. I'm just like, that's it. We're going. It is what it is. And I look crazy. I look like a clown. I literally just use whatever makeup my grocery store sells. So right now I'm using 2 different foundations to try to come up with something decent here. Sometimes when I go to Target, I'll pick up some specialty things like an eyebrow pencil or some type of dark contour cream, but that's as far as it goes. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna talk while I do my makeup and share a little bit about why I've decided to get on YouTube. You know, honestly, I saw a few people on YouTube that I absolutely love their content, and sometimes I don't follow the content to create my own stuff. It's just that I like the person, you know what I mean? Like I love them as a person. Whoever it is that they're presenting to me on their channel, I'm like, wow, they seem like a really cool person. I bet I'd really like hanging out with them. I don't know if you've ever created a video and tried to upload it. My wife's like, it's easy. I'm like, no, it's not. It is not easy. Not to me, at least. And there's people out here putting so much work into these videos so that we can watch them. And I appreciate it. So even though I'm not in the business of upcycling furniture or anything like that, I watch it because I just want to support their dream. You know, I can appreciate that they have a dream. And one of the creators is a channel for like rental friendly stuff. I'm not a renter, but I love her artistic vision for trying to come up for ways for retiling a rented apartment, which is insane, or trying to make your rented apartment look more like, you know, it's your space. And even though your lease is a year long, you can still make it your own and get your security deposit back. I think that that is not for me, but I think it's wonderful. And she has a maximalistic approach to decor, which I can appreciate. I spent a lot of time living in the beige world because it was just easier. Me and my wife moved around a lot in the time we've been together. Babe, how long have we been together? Me and my wife have been together for 13 years. How long we been married? We've been married 9 years, and in those 12 years, we've pretty much moved every year. We've moved addresses, states, countries, and so it was easier for me to live in the beige because I can acquire it easily. And maybe in the last, I don't know, 4 years, we were shopping around, and I just was tired of not having things that were unique to my style and taste. I didn't want to move around, especially when we moved countries, like a long process of packing, and it wasn't until like a couple years ago that I was done. I was like, my body physically couldn't lift boxes anymore. Like I have an unpacking video and it's so poorly done. Girl, it's poorly done because I don't know what I'm doing, first of all. Yeah, I'm just done. I'm done with moving. It's not easy. And I'm ready to set down roots. I didn't think that I'd be living here where I'm at. I thought I'd be setting down roots somewhere in Spain. And you know what? It's not too late for that either. People, when they get to know us, like when we repatriated from Switzerland, they're like, why did you leave Switzerland? Like, why'd you come back? And it's just so weird to hear, because it's like, so what? We want to go back, we can go back. Like it's this end all thing. Like, why would you do that? But my wife is half Spanish. Her mother's side of the family is in Spain, and so that's why we think that, after our pets have gone, and because we don't want to put them through another international move, that it almost took one of our pets' lives doing that, and we don't care to go through that process again. So we're just gonna stay here for as long as we can, and we might uproot to Spain or somewhere else, Portugal. Who knows, girl? Who knows? Anyhow, I'm watching these content creators, and they're creating their spaces, and like I want that. I'm at an age where I just want that. I want to set down roots. I want to build my home out the way I like it. I still, winter is here. There's snow on the ground. The winds are crazy. It's just crazy here where we are, and I'm tired. I'm so tired from moving. I can't stand the sight of a box anymore. Like, I'm just done. And where we are, there's like basements, and it's so terrible to try to get down to the basement, and like store things. So my garage is stuffed with boxes and things that I need to move. My storage trailer is stuffed with things. There's a barn here stuffed with things. A workshop that's a little like shack workshop thing that's stuffed with things. I'm just tired, and I just want to live life normally. And I see these people creating these spaces that I love, and the way they have their home reflect their personality, and they're like, oh yeah, we've been here for 4 years, and I'm like, wow, that's so nice. That's so cool to be able to do that. I'm ready to do that. So I've moved into my living room, where it is that I do my style ups. I moved into my laundry room, where it is that I sew, and things are the way they are for now. Like, until winter's over and we're more settled, and I see where it is that we spend our time here, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not doing anything else. I want to do something for me. And this channel is definitely that. And it's not easy, and I feel like people say that. People say it's not easy. Like, just creating a video that's this long and uploading it. Like, when I upload my video, it takes hours, and it's just a 20-minute video. I'm like, how do people do this? How do they upload every day? Yeah. So that's why I'm doing this, and I love making clothes. I don't always find things where I'm at that I like, Sometimes people ask me, like, where do you buy your clothes? Like, strangely. And I'm like, in my travels or at thrift stores, We have to normalize looking different in small towns, outside of a big city. Embrace your individuality. And I'm comfortable doing that, and I hope that I can inspire someone to embrace whatever individuality is calling to them by making your own stuff. And it's important for me to tell you that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing, because I want you to be okay with not knowing what you're doing. Some applied effort will get you there, Practice, 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 practice. Some of the very first things that I've made weren't great, and I still wore them. I didn't care. I appreciated them because I made them, or I upcycled them. You got to start somewhere. Sometimes the permission we're looking for, right? We're looking for someone else to grant us it's actually the permission we grant ourselves. The permission we need is the permission we grant to ourselves. There's so much going on in the world that's negative. I feel like it stems around being different. All the little ways that we can embrace and normalize being different, I think it helps. And it may sound silly because it's just fashion, but isn't that the way we've always kind of made our voices heard? Whether it's burning bras or not wearing figure hugging things, like the flappers dropped the waistline and shortened their hems and stopped wearing these corsets and these huge gowns to cover up. Like, fashion's just always been the way that we've expressed ourselves. Small efforts add up. So embrace being different. You'll be happier if you're being called to be different. So all of these creators always said like, hey, I love watching people create this content. And I thought, hey, I'm going to shoot my shot at trying to create my own content and finding my people. And I just want to find my people who like the same stuff as me. I'm not trying to create things just based off of my one aesthetic. I'm just making things like, hey, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm going to make something. I'd wear it. I'm in this weird place right now where it's like I meet people and they're like, oh, what's your Instagram? And I'm like, I don't have one. For years, I stopped doing Instagram. I quit it because it had nothing to offer me and it was doing more harm than good. I know that I expressed a little bit in my voodoo doll video about how I had a very traumatic childhood at the hands of my parents. So I didn't want those people or my family having access to me. So I just deleted my Instagram because it was a way for them to further harm me by sending me harmful messages. And aside from that, like the stuff that it was constantly feeding me was like female bodies that looked a certain way, and it was starting to affect me, and I started feeling like I needed muscles and I needed to do all this work to grow my butt and to look a certain way, and I just was like, you know what, this isn't good for me. If this is how it's affecting me, no matter how hard I try to curate the feed, and it's always there, these images that I don't like where it's going and how it's telling me I have to look or dress, and I'm over it, and so I just deleted it. So those two things combined just set me over the edge. And now that I want to do this, it's like, oh, what's your Instagram? It's like, oh, Instagram. And then I go there and I'm like, whoa, what the heck is this? It's like nothing like how it was before or how I remember it. And I'm like at a great disadvantage. And so that's kind of on the back burner. I haven't dedicated too much time into growing that. I'm at a great disadvantage here. I don't know if I should leave negative comments up because I have had negative comments. I've had people be upset with me about like how terrible things are, like my skill level. So I don't know if I should delete those or keep screening them because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to navigate that. But it's shocking. Like I don't know what I'm doing, and I try to vocalize, hey, I'm just having fun here and I'm trying to share my journey that other people influenced me. You know, I watch YouTube and I learned what I know through YouTube, self-taught through YouTube University, and just want to encourage other people to have fun, to explore it. You know, I'm a big believer that you don't have to know everything. You just have to know one thing more than somebody else, and that qualifies you enough to share. But not everybody feels that way. Making videos and putting yourself out there, it really does cost money. It costs money to do that, and time I have to take away from creating my home, time that I have to take away from creating my dinner. Like, it's crazy. It makes me appreciate creators so much more. Oh my gosh. And if they're uploading like frequently, if you watch something on YouTube, just give it a thumbs up, give it a comment. You know, they went through the effort to create that. And a lot of times it's a job that you never get a paycheck for. You're doing it out of love. So let's appreciate the content with some interaction. I really do need to get better at creating a social media presence though, because that's just the way it is today in the world. I met someone and I really liked them and I wanted to connect with them, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, we could go thrifting together, we could hang out. And I was like, oh, do you want to hang out? You know, I'm very straightforward that way, I guess. And the person was like, yeah, what's your Instagram? And when I said, I was like, oh, I don't have one, they looked at me crazy and they're like, you don't have one? And I'm like, no. And I was like, just give me your number, I'll text you. They looked at me like I was the killer. Like, I'm not going to give you my phone number. Like, I don't even know how I felt. I felt so confused. I felt strange. Like, do people not give out their phone numbers anymore? I guess they don't. So I got to get an Instagram, get better at creating my Instagram so that I don't look like the killer and I could just give it to them. That's how you exchange your phone number, and that's how you communicate now. So I'm very out of touch in that way, which is strange because people look at me and think, of course she has an Instagram and a social media presence, and I don't. So please don't judge me. I'm working on it. I got this stuff at the dollar store and I put on a couple stripes of gold. And it only shimmers in certain ways, so it's not really like, theater makeup. But this is pretty much it. I stopped wearing mascara a long time ago. I wear it for like my style ups because why not? I hated how I could never get the mascara out of my lashes. Like I would use a microfiber cloth and cleanser or the towelettes or this whatever this is, micellar cleansing water. Nothing. I would then go back and wash my face days later and it would still be caked in there, and I thought that can't be good, and my lashes would like fall out. And then when I curl them, it's good enough for me, but it literally only lasts 10 seconds, and yet I do this practice every freaking day. I don't know why. That's enough. Foundation, brows, eye makeup. Oh, lips. I'm that person who always forgets to do their lips. I just go out looking crazy with foundation covered lips. So I'm trying my best to just put some lip color on, and I hate it. I hate lipstick so much. I don't think it looks good on me, so I try to buy lip colors that are close to my own. And I'm not a good candidate for lip color anyway, because I'm not one who just like drinking from a straw. I'm like always messing with my lips, so I have a lot of anxiety, so I'm constantly like biting or chewing or fidgeting with my lips. It's getting better though. It's getting better. Hey, it gets better. If you work at it, it all gets better. It's hard to pick out what to wear when the only thing that you could wear is some crazy huge snow coat. I'm gonna get some layers on and call it a day because I can't look that cute. Although today we're actually going into town because a lot of the snow has actually melted today, even though it's super windy and cold. That's why we're going out, because the road conditions are safer today. I still have to layer up, so it's not gonna be all that cute. Maybe sometime when it's not so wintry, I can get in here and paint this room. When I tell you this color is infuriating to me and my wife, it's an understatement. It just, if there was a color that most clash with me and my wife, it's this one. It's insulting. I don't know why. I don't know why. You know, I'm sure it works for other people and other homes and other environments, but in this environment, it's crazy and raging. I don't know why I hate it so much, but anyhow, it doesn't matter. We're here and we'll make it work. It gives me time to think about what do I want to do with this space. The room we're in is actually our master bedroom. There's only 2 bedrooms up here. There's like one little attic converted space that's a bedroom, so you can only stand up straight in one spot of that room, but so there's only 2 real bedrooms, and this is the master bedroom. I like seeing my clothes all season year round, okay? When I'm doing my style up, I need access to my summer stuff. I can't just only have in this small closet my winter stuff. It literally only holds my coats. And this isn't even everything, okay? Like I told you, I haven't fully unpacked, and I don't have that much stuff in my mind. I don't. These racks are a product of moving every single year. It's just like quicker to just throw up these very inexpensive racks and put your stuff up and then move out. This is how I've been able to utilize them in this space. I'm grateful to have them, but hopefully one day I can have a more permanent situation. But for now, I'm very happy with it. This is one half of the master bedroom. The other side of the closet looks exactly the same, has racks, and it's my wife's clothes. I love it. I love it. I love being able to walk into this big room and have my dressing table and all of my clothes, and I can see it all of it, all seasons. Because sometimes you have a strange warm day, okay? And I want to take advantage of that one strange warm day. So let's I'm going to just pick out some layers here. I got to get my thermals on. Some leggings with some boots. Let me get dressed. Okay, so there's been a change of plans. Apparently, while I've been sitting here talking to you, my wife texted me and she just assumed that I can telepathically read messages, and she said that the tire place said they can't take us today. They're too busy. So we're not going there. Does anybody else do this when they're going to go out with their spouse or something and they're like, yeah, I'm going to go to the hardware store, and you're like, okay, I'll go with you. But really in your mind, you've already scoped out all the stores that you want to stop at. Like, can you pull over here? Can you pull over there? To not inconvenience them, but it is because you're making them pull over at stores that you're going to walk into and spend some time into. Even though you're rushing and you're hurrying up and you're being quick about it, it feels like an eternity to them in the car. Yeah, I do that. So in my mind, we were going to to go to a bunch of different thrift stores. Well, we were going to go to and from this dang tire shop that's in town. Oh, so I have a sewing machine that I've taken in for repairs. I have two of the same model because we were in between addresses. We were going from one state to another, and at that house, I had the same sewing machine. And so now that they're both in this house, I took it in for service. After I shared with you guys my denim DIY, what happened? I had to pull that thing out of storage and get it fixed because being here and snowed in sometimes, I can't risk it if I'm doing this. I need to have a backup sewing machine. So I got to go pick that up. So we'll do that. Dang, I had a whole thing planned. I thrifted this Jones, New York coat. It's like short pile for faux fur. And it's like wearing a blanket. It just stops the wind, from going through. So it's just basically a huge rug that you wear. And underneath I just have a turtleneck and some leggings, right? So it doesn't matter. You literally cannot take your coat off. So it's all about the coat. All right. And so it has a hood and it's very big. It's a size 0X, whatever that means. So it just means that the hood is going to fit quite large and block the wind as I walk from the car to wherever I'm going. I'm very happy with this look.
Where are we going, babe?
We're going to go get my sewing machine.
Are we going anywhere else?
No, we're just going to go get my sewing machine.
I just need to know whether or not to bring my laptop.
I mean, bring it anyway, right? If that's a thing. So just bring it. Okay. My wife is not ready yet. My studio is in disarray. And I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, you're crooked. Okay, hopefully that is better. So when we come back, did you hear my wife ask me where are we going? And I said, we're going to go get my machine. She's like, are we going anywhere else? And I was like, no. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I would like to make some stops. Does anybody else do that? Because I don't know. I don't know if we are going to go anywhere else. When we come back, so these are some curtains, some valances, and I was thinking about making a tutorial, but I mean, who am I to make a tutorial? I already told you guys, I don't know what I'm doing. So there's a piece of cardboard in here. I made these bags out of 3 sets of valances, right? Those curtains, those little curtain things. And then I got really insecure. And I had self-doubt about it's not good enough. Look at how the fabric's bunched up. I have a very critical, negative critic that lives in my head that, my parents put in there. It's not my voice, right? I heard someone say you have to be careful with those thoughts. Understand them and know them and hear that that's a you thought, right? You did a horrible job. You didn't do good enough. You messed that up. You don't know anything. And when you hear it like that, when it's very accusatory in that way, you, it's been pre-programmed into you by somebody else. That voice has a name. That voice has a face. That is somebody else who put that there. And my mother would say that stuff to me, right? You did that wrong. You messed this up. And it's just these program things, I'm so sorry I'm getting so freaking deep. I swear this is me and my thought process on a day-to-day basis. It's like I read a lot of books on trauma, therapy, and psychology because I just want to understand, right, what makes people behave the way that they do and what the effects are on somebody else when stuff like that happens, because it helps me learn me better. And by doing that, I heal myself. I'm healing with everything that I learn from those understandings. Neuroplasticity can take place and new connections can be made. Okay, girl, let's just know it's all reversible. That's all we need to know. A mind that is formed under that type of trauma so early on, truly horrific things, the mind is formed completely differently. The connections that should be made are not. So there's different connections that are formed, and a healthy brain looks different than a brain formed under trauma, right? So that's what I was going through. Just because I know this and I have that understanding doesn't mean that it doesn't get to me. Even though I know what's happening, it feels very real, right? And then if you get negative comments, it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't put this up. Okay. So I made these bags. Oh, well, I made one. This was just one, right? And see how this is bunching up here? It's like I beat myself up, or somebody else beat me up for that. And I'm thinking like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to film that. I'll just put it to the side. It's not good enough or whatever. I wanted to make at least 4 of these bags, and I wanted to raffle them off to a viewer. Like I wanted somebody out there who liked them to have them, and I would have paid for the shipping. So that's here haunting me. I literally made that yesterday, and I went through a lot of trouble to create it, but I've never done that. I've never made a bag like that, and I don't want someone to have something that's not good. So anyways, that's where I'm at with that. I'm being very honest here, okay? Because I need people to understand what it is that I think about, what I go through. I think that helps people understand a person a lot better. Maybe not. The hell do I know? So I'm thinking that when we come back, I can show you how it is that I go through my stuff. Right now, I have an idea about making a caftan. Somebody made a comment about how they wish they could find caftans that fit them better. And I think if I show how to make one, maybe it would encourage them to think about making one or upcycling one and how easy it could be. Have I ever made one before? No. But it doesn't matter, and neither does it matter to you. You can make whatever you want, okay? It's time we give ourselves permission, people. So when I come back, I'll straighten up the joint and we can get going on sewing something. Hopefully making a caftan will be an easy video to do. Ready, babe? Ready. Right now, the forecast says that it feels like that's the temperature I care about, is the feels like, because that's what I'm feeling, regardless of whatever else, So right now it feels like 19 degrees, very cold and super windy. I think the wind chill is what makes it worse. So we're gonna get in the car and go pick up my machine. Hey, George. Sorry, it took me a while to get here. I get a little weirded out when the roads are all snowy. And everyone's so comfortable driving around.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy at the sewing machine repair shop is so sweet. He's very kind. He always strikes up conversation with me, tells me about his kids. Very sweet man. But I try to capture a quick little snapshot of that machine that he has in there. He said, now I've already forgotten if it was from the 1920s or 30s, but I've never seen one like it in that, I've seen these types of machines around and they have very beautiful, ornate, like filigree type art on them, but this one has Egyptian scarabs on it, which, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. If there was ever a one that I could have, I would want the Art Nouveau Egyptian version of that machine. It's so beautiful. And he says that the table it's on is original to the machine, and it has all its little drawers, and he's got like a collection of little like parts for it. He said he got it at an estate sale for $75, and they got it running, fixed it up, and girl, it is $8,000. Like, I told my wife when I went in there the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this machine he has in there. And she's thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell her go get it, because it's what, $500. And then I was like, it's $8,000. And she was like, it's $8,000, like $8,100. And I'm just like, man, I don't know the going rate for these things. I see people on YouTube using them, but like that seems like a lot. But it's an antique and it works well. And I was just like telling him like, oh wow, and he's like, you can't sew modern fabrics with it. You can't sew like spandex or stretchy fabric. Like you can only sew like certain kind of cottons, like materials they had back then. And it doesn't have a reverse, it doesn't do this, doesn't do that, but you know, it's a good machine and it does straight stitches. And I'm like, man, that's a lot, that's a big commitment. And I was like, dude, when that thing needs service, like, are you moving the entire furniture piece? Because the foot pedal, like, that's what operates it. Gotta load up this heavy furniture piece. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of it. He's like, well, the thing is about these machines is that they don't really need that much service. Yeah, but when they do, that concerns me. And then it just made me think about like the sewing machine repairman. Like, I'm so grateful that this is his job, that he does this, that he's there. Is there a new generation of sewing machine repair people out there that we're gonna see an influx of, or are these guys a dying breed? If he's not there, who's gonna service my machine? And then who services those other machines? Like, is it like a destination thing where you have to crate up your machine and send it to some specific shop in New York City? You know what I mean? Like some far off place where some guy knows still how to work these things. Please support your local sewing machine repairman. We need them in business for our sake, you know? Or are we going to come to a place where they're just disposable machines and you just have to buy a new one every time because you don't know how to fix it? Like, I don't know how to fix my machine. I don't care how many freaking videos I watch, I still can't service it. There's a lot of things that I don't know. I'm not mechanically inclined in that way or comfortable with just taking things apart like that. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah, $8,100. I don't know what these types. I mean, it's an antique. It's fully functioning. It's very old, and gosh, I can totally romanticize having a machine like that. You know, I've seen people use them. They're so cool, and if there's a power outage, I could still use it. So that seems like a lot of money. He said it's just sat there for years and definitely hasn't budged on the price. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it's a fair price for that machine. Oh, the art on it is just gorgeous. There's a slight change of plans, as always, coming to the Barnes and Noble. I love this place. I love looking in the magazines for inspiration. I just like coming here and getting inspired. You know, I'll look through the magazines and see something I like. Sometimes I just like knowing how much things cost. You know, it's interesting to know. Like this caftan, $890. This poof that I would love to have in my house, $270. I love this jewelry. This one is a talisman. Wouldn't it be cool if we could make our own talismans? We should make our own talismans. That one is a Buddha-shaped one. That's so fabulous. I just love it. I love looking at the images. Sometimes I'll buy some of the magazines, like if there's a lot of the images that I love. For the most part, I love just coming in here and taking a look. How fun are these boots, guys? There's a star here, a star here. We could do that. You guys, remember my denim outfit? It could be in this lineup, right? I could be in there. Or my outfit can. Look at this outfit. That hat, that jacket, all the little designs, that jewelry. I love it. Oh, it's so fun. This woman is a stunning, incredible woman. Oh my God. I mean, her jewelry, come on. Queen. She's so freaking amazing. Fabulous. Just fabulous. This is Gucci. I love her because she's unapologetically herself. Naked in a tub. I don't think I could walk in these shoes. They're so much longer than the actual shoe. I've always wanted a skirt like this style of skirt. Maybe we should try and make one. I found this magazine. It's called What Women Create. Look at these necklaces. Some of them come with shoulder pieces, chokers. Look at how this one is like draped, like a shawl. Look at this one. I think we can make something like that. Out of fabric, maybe? It's pretty cool. I just love going into that store and looking through all the magazines, looking through all the books, and, you know, just getting carried away. And like, it just inspires thought, it inspires creativity to see those images. When I saw that women's magazine, like Women Who Create, and then I showed you those incredible necklaces, I really want to be able to make necklaces and jewelry that look kind of like indigenous style jewelry, or maybe old world jewelry, indigenous, that this type of thing, you know. I don't just walk into a store and see that type of jewelry. And I want to make it. I want to make it because the image exists in my mind of what I want it to look like. I'm sure it's very difficult to learn how to make stuff like that. I did get a book. After I saw that magazine, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so amazing to be able to make jewelry like that. You know, in my way, like, how could I make it? That doesn't take smithing. And I found this book. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Sutosh. This is jewelry making, and they're using some type of fabric cord. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it, and I love it. So, and you know what? Sometimes I debate, like, should I get this book because I could learn it on YouTube? But sometimes you're supporting somebody's dream, you know, the person who took the time to create this. So I am happy to support somebody else's dream. And definitely, if I had a book, I'd want someone to buy it. That snake up there is so cool. Like, that's definitely a lot like the things that I want to create. And I just love it. I love all the colors, and that you can add beads, and that it's like you use, I don't know, it's really cool. So hopefully at night before bed, I could give it a look over for a few nights and see if I could get enough information to try it. Fun stuff. So now it's only 50 minutes back to the house. But can't you see? So bring yourself over here, go, and let me see you get me to the bed. Okay, it's pretty late now, and I have to start thinking about making dinner. I wanted it. I remember at an estate sale, I picked up these like very cool looking, I know that they were from some other country because they had unusual stamp markings on them, and they were tablecloths, and I want to upcycle them. Well, I don't even, is it, yeah, it's upcycling because it's a tablecloth. I can see one here. I don't know how many, can't remember how many there were. Could have been just one, maybe, I don't know. But this is one of them here. Oh, okay, so, oh, yes! Okay, yes! Okay, so, oh, they're so fabulous, dude. So fabulous. I love them. And when I got them, I wanted to make I thought, well, first off, I wanted them for my house because they fit my aesthetic. But now that I'm doing this whole upcycling thing, well, I'm doing a lot of things, but upcycling right now, I was thinking about making a caftan with them. Like I said, I've never made one, but how hard can it be, right? I found them along with these, what are they, guys? Placemats? I don't know, placemats. They're not, yeah, something or the other. I love everything about them. So on the back of them, they all have this, made in Iran. I don't know if they all have this stamp, but I'm sure it's the same because they look the same. So I have two. This cutie pie here is the smallest one. This one, oh my God, I didn't even realize that. There's an image on this one. The other ones are patterns. This one has a horse. How freaking cool. And they all have signatures. I don't know, right? Look at this, Iran. It has the person's name on it. So this little one here, isn't that cool? They were just sitting there and I'm like looking around like, seriously, people? This is amazing. No one's interested, huh? Not a problem. Made in Iran, same, okay? And I know I have like one in my living room currently. So there's one more square that I have. Okay, so now the tablecloths, there's only two, and they are oval, circular. Okay, so yeah, fabulous. Now look at this one. Look at the stamp on this one. Also from Iran. Pretty amazing, right? And so I have this one and this one. Different pattern, I'm sure. I love it. This one also has a signature stamp. My idea is I want to make a caftan with it. So, how do I do that? Let me move you over here. Oh gosh, I don't know if you guys can see me. All right, hopefully you could see me. I don't know so the idea is that I have to cut this circle part straight, right? And then I will connect it with the other tablecloth, right? Oh my God, I'm sorry. We've been a radiant kaftan, darling. Okay, so my idea, so you stitch it across here just to merge them and then down the sides. So I could do this, right? Very extra. Or I don't sew this one on and find something else to be the back. So the back can be a different type of fabric, and this is the showpiece in the front, right? Leave the back just blank, and I don't have anything at the ready here to, like a sheet, right? Maybe I buy some dye in a taupe color and dye it somewhat similar and put it in the back, and the back is blank or solid, maybe a different, you know what I mean. Make 2 caftans, right, off of these, or just make the one great caftan. So I don't know. Now, I could do that, right? Do the back just not a tablecloth, and I know you know what I mean, and then use these to try to make a matching bag for them. Because I could use, let me see, 2 square ones, or, right, I could use 2 square ones to make a square type of bag, whatever, some kind of a bag, or just use the one, use a something different for the back of it, and then this is the part that you wear as a bag in the front, you know, whatever shape bag I decide on. I figure it out one step at a time. In my years of thrifting, I've never come across these really cool fabrics. So that's my only thing. You know what? Maybe I'll just try it. I'm just going to try it. What's the worst that could happen? I will just try to use something else for the back of the caftan. Okay? Decision made, because I just heard myself say that out loud. Like, actually, I've never come across this type of fabric. So I would rather have 2 than 1. But it gives you the idea, right? A tablecloth, boom, caftan. I have another tablecloth. I just really like these exotic materials. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. You know, it's kind of like a caftan, right? Except you have one arm out. Oh my God. And you can center the image. You could do this, merge this back here somehow to a back piece, and ta-da, toga caftan. That's a thing, right? To caftan. Yep, I know it. I think they were really big in Pompeii. Oh my gosh, so many ideas. All right, so I think I'm gonna get busy doing dishes and making dinner and doing some editing in bed. Oh Lord, have mercy. We'll see if you guys like spending some time with me in a different way. Maybe some people. So anyhow, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I love you for that. And until my next vlog video, I'll see you next time. I don't even know where I'm looking. Oh my God.